WrestleMania is officially over. Night 1 and Night 2 have come to an end. I hope everybody enjoyed themselves. This is Gary Foods from the Rolling Pin Podcast. Looking at Night 2, we had some ups and some downs that I'm sure that everybody can relate to. Starting with The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, and Randy Orton. Loved the entrance from The Fiend. I thought, when he came in, I'm sure everybody else riding in on that incline and, being burned, whatnot, and just that whole feud with Randy Orton from these previous matches. But it just went flat for me. I'm only speaking for me. I don't like speaking for everybody else. If somebody else could have enjoyed The Fiend. But for me, it went flat. You know what I mean? And it actually started to decline. The way that The Fiend lost after being rejuvenated and re-energized and getting back to restoring himself to his normal look, you know what I mean? It just, I would have thought he would have won. But Randy Orton just hit him with an RKO. It's like, oh, sit your ass down. Ooh, The Fiend. Like, should we even be scared of The Fiend anymore? Like, you know what I mean? Just, aye for me, you know what I mean? One thing that I did about Night 2 for real, this might just be something, I gotta get this off my chest. This is something that I dislike. And this is meant to get me like this, so I already know that this is supposed to affect me this way. Like, you got Roman Reigns with Jey Uso. You got Apollo with this new guy who just came in from Raw Underground. Like, these guys are like interrupting the match, and it's all legal. That shit is annoying. Like, I don't like that. That's annoying as fuck, man. For real. Looking at the last match with Edge, Daniel Bryan, and Roman Reigns, I love that match. It was good. You know what I mean? They gave it their all. You could tell that they gave it their all. But fucking Jey Uso, how you gonna have the build-up from SmackDown all the way up into WrestleMania for just Jey Uso to be the person to fucking interrupt the match for Roman Reigns to win? Which leads me back into my overall point about Roman Reigns in the fucking first place. He hasn't won a match legit by himself in any fucking encounter with anybody. And what I dislike even more than that is that they fucking hold the belt up like, all right, you got Apollo, you got Roman Reigns. They fucking hold the belt up like they won for real. Like I didn't get interrupted by anybody. Like, I'm holding this shit up because I'm still the fucking champion. Which you are still the champion. There's no fucking doubt about that. But, like, you fucking had interference from somebody on the outside. Like, what the fuck was Christian for Edge? He should have been handling Jey Uso. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the shit I dislike, man. And I know it's supposed to get me that way. And I know that WWE is going to continue to write the storyline around Edge and how Jey Uso was blah, blah, blah. But you know what I mean? Like, come on, it's WrestleMania. You're supposed to let these dudes just go at it. You know what I mean? Just everybody stand the fuck back. You already know. You already know how I'm feeling. I'm sure you're probably feeling the same way. You know what I mean? Whatever. So, nonetheless, like I said, I think they gave it their all. I thought it was a pretty good match before Jey Uso jumped in there. You know what I mean? So, I just don't like the build-up up until the point where, something like that just happens. Shout out to Rhea Ripley too. Rhea Ripley won the championship last night for the women. I don't give women enough shout outs on this. I gotta shout out Rhea Ripley too for defeating Asuka. I did watch Rhea Ripley. As the start of my coming back to watching wrestling in NXT, I started to watch Rhea Ripley. I knew she was gonna be a star. And it's nice to see that she finally has the title. Let's see what she does with it, you know what I mean? I think that's gonna be pretty good stuff for Raw. Along with Charlotte being back and Becky Lynch. When all this shit start happening, Rhea Ripley's gonna be, all eyes are gonna be on Rhea Ripley. You know what I mean? So, that's nice. You know what I mean? What else? Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn was a good match. It looks like some straight up NXT. You could tell they had ring chemistry from like what Kevin Owens was saying for a very long time. You know what I mean? They gave it their all that night. And it really showed. So it really showed. Their ring chemistry and the years of them wrestling together really showed. So that match did not disappoint either. For me, personally. WrestleMania is over. I'm happy. I'm happy that I made it to another year watching WrestleMania. I'm sure you all are too. Let's just be grateful that we got the fans back in attendance, because last year we didn't have that. Even though that helped the Fiend out a little bit better than it did now. Switching it up real quick. NFTs. I've been circling around and asking the wrestling art community about NFTs. It's something that I'm looking to study a little bit more as we start to move to this digital age. I'm starting to ask, certain questions to certain people to see, what they know about it. And it's going to be nice to learn together about this as we start to move towards this era. You know what I mean? One thing I want to make sure that I do for y'all is to make sure that, you don't become an old ass man or old ass woman and you just like, oh, what the fuck are NFTs? Like, you don't want to become like what your parents used to be with the internet. You know what I mean? So, and I don't want to do that. So as I continue to learn about NFTs, in my own way, at my own pace, I'm gonna look to update y'all, because I know wrestling artists have their eyes or their ears on that same subject. So it would, like, I would have to be the person to kind of bring that up. I feel like I'm obligated to do that for y'all. So that's what I'll be doing. Other than that, y'all have a great one. Thank y'all. Make sure y'all comment, y'all chime in. Don't be shy, man. My comments are always fucking open. Jump down in the comments and let me know what you thought about WrestleMania night 1, night 2, overall, the recap and whatnot. You know what I mean? Gary Fools, Rolling Pin Podcast, baby.